Hey everyone, it's Jason. Welcome to a warning contains awesome and mature and profane content and profanity. So this is going to be some unboxing for the epic spell. Oh, my camera got out of focus. The epic spell wars of the Battle Wizards Annihilageddon. So the epic spell wizards has the regular card game version. You can check out my videos for those. And then Annihilageddon is the deck building version, which uses the Cerberus engine, which is the same one the DC deck building and some other games like Naruto and Street Fighter use, just for some different variations. But it also brings the crass and crude humor and images from the epic spell wizard games. So like the little warning here says, this has some graphic images and suggestive themes. So if you do not want to see these, this is not safe for a workplace, not good for children. So this is your final warning on that. There'll be a warning at the beginning of the video before it even started. Warning here, me actually telling you this. So this is the last warning I have on that. Alright, then we're going to hop right into the rest of the content. Hey everyone, it's Jason. Welcome to Epic Spell Wars of the Battle Wizards Annihilageddon Gangbangers expansion. So this is a Kickstarter exclusive expansion for the game. So I have the other two videos of the games you can check out are the Annihilageddon 1 and Annihilageddon 2 Extreme Natural Legends, which are both standalone games. This is not. This is a true expansion. You have to have one of the other two games to even play this. It's recommended that you have played the other games a decent amount of times, or at least enough times to understand the core concept of the game before you pick this up, because it just adds more rules. Adds some extra new content and stuff too, which is really cool. Right, so let's head and look at what we got here. So, of course, we have our big old rule book. And there's a lot of new stuff in here. So the big thing is there's gang cards. So each player is going to get a set of gang. They'll get a special hideout to put their gang in. They'll get their set of gangs, which sit separate from the other cards. Which we'll look more into those when we actually go over the cards. And then there's a new set of treasures, which work a little bit different as a special treasure stacks instead of like the previous games where you laid all the treasures out and you had multiple options. You only get one at a time in here. This setup is really nice because it mentions in here, basically set the game up like you would normally. You know, put your limp wands out, your magic stacks, do all that stuff. And then it has some yellow ones that are kind of like, this is the stuff you should keep doing. A little bit do the same, but like change up around there. So it's like keep the Armageddon familiar cards off to the side, as well as additional familiars, including gangbangers. Note that Bubble Splees are an exception, unlike other familiars that stay exclusively with that gang, so they can't be used otherwise. This is like keep your legends off to the side. You'll lose all the so don't use the original Annihilageddon ones, use only the ones from this set. And I guess like later on you could mix and match stuff and do stuff differently, but these play a little bit differently for that reason. So it says the aforementioned original Annihilageddon components aren't incorporated into the gameplay the way they are the base rules, but keep them aside because there's a bunch of stuff that might ask you to draw from old sets. Same thing with the old Dead Wizard token. Says don't use the old ones, just use the new ones. It says recommended using 20 of the 30 provided. Just for a, you know, want a faster game, use less. You want a longer game, use more. Type of thing. This guy. Keep the trophy stand in the box because you'll use the new trophy stand. You know, so just some of the stuff gets replaced. Some of it you want to keep out to the side. So then here's a breakdown of all the different games you can play as. Boner Boys, Merchant Kingdom, Skater Rats, Little Golgo, Cthulhu Kids, Freaky Fruits, and Rocking Satan. So then the clock to show they take a little bit more time, a little bit more complex characters to play as, or to get them out on the table. And they do more stuff. And the same thing with the brain is just the requirement on how much extra stuff they do. Like, if they have extra abilities. You'd say they're mostly even for that. Yeah, so kind of fun. Your idea of them is they let you do 2 additional things on your turn. So we're right up here. They just summon a gangster from your hideout. So you can sometimes summon more, just depends on what your rules card says. And 2, you can attack with any gangsters that you have summoned. That was attack exactly 1 target foe, but for each one you have, you can summon a different type. Summoning has different effects. We'll look at them when we get there. Attacking works just like any other attack. It can be blocked, stuff like that. Then when you die, you lose all your gangsters and you have to start over. So normally they stay out kind of like ongoing cards, but they're not treated as ongoing for words that say that. But they go back to their hideout and then you have to resummon them all. The legend stack works a little bit different. Like I said, you play 1 card at a time instead of having multiple out. There's a new standee. There's new Dead Wizard tokens which you look over, which have secret on them. So those ones you don't reveal to everybody else. So you can lie or tell the truth about what it says, but you're not allowed to verify this by actually showing you another player until it's turned face up by an effect. Because you use secret Dead Wizard token, it is very important that players are very careful when they draw them. Plenty of them still have immediate effects and revealed to everyone right away, but in case you draw a secret one, you should take a moment to check. You don't want to get overexcited and accidentally reveal a secret token to everybody. And there's effects that might flip them or reveal them. Then there's a lot of clarifications on stuff like how the rules work, card clarifications, which I'm not going to go over all that. Dead Wizard token clarifications, legends, specific cards, of course. Additional clarifications, as well as stuff from the original game, how some of the cards change. There's our credits for all our awesome people that worked on this. And on the back they have this fun contract. It's because don't be a fucking crybaby contract. I am not going to sit here and read all this, but the general gist of this is it's a very jokey thing saying to have all your people playing to sign these. Essentially saying, like, hey, this is us playing this game. We're going to sit down and play it. You're not going to bitch if you start losing or people attack you too much or whatever. Then if you do, you become the crybaby and everyone gets to punch you in the nuts. Or the genitals, as it says. Because you may be a woman and not have nuts. So yeah, this is kind of funny. Then, with the Kickstarter version, you got a full booklet of them, which is crazy. So if you want to fill it a bunch, you don't have to just spend the 1. I don't know if that came separate out of the box. I don't think that will ever be with the retail, but you can always photocopy this and reprint it. Yeah, just a good, gimmick to add on to everything. Alright, so let's look at our components. We have our gangbangers, standee. Got some skulls, some sort of vulture bird, some handguns with some knives and chainsaws on them. Then the other side, it just says when you have it, you pay 1 less to buy legends. It makes your legends cheaper. Easy enough there. And then of course we have a bunch of Dead Wizard tokens, so let's go through all of those. So we'll do the face up ones first and I'll flip them over. So it says, if a player kills you this turn, they may destroy one of their Dead Wizard tokens. And we have a secret here, which says not revealed till the end of the game. -3 VP. End of the game. Destroy this if you own 4+ wizards. And then we have another secret up here that says end of the game. Gain a limp wand for each fizzle you own. Ongoing, you receive double and deal double damage with blasting glyphs, which is a new card. Secret, -3, destroy this if you own +4 creatures. Roll 2d6s, which are 6-sided dice, and lose that much HP. If you roll doubles, gain a Dead Wizard token. If a player is killed by his turn, they may summon a gangster for free. Turn any secret Dead Wizard token face up. It still counts at end game. And secret, end of the game, destroy each of your limp wands. Now, some of these you could definitely mix in to like a regular game. The ones that don't have the gangster stuff. And then you could, add those in. So you have end of game, your blasting glyphs are 4 VP. So if you include the blasting glyph, you could definitely add these ones in there just if you want a different mix. Gain a legend, minus 6 VP. Choosing another player to gain a legend. Destroy this immediately and each foe gains a random familiar from outside the game. Secret, end of the game. If another player has the same token, you each destroy this token. If a player killed you this turn, they gain a legend, and choose a foe. They may destroy this to draw a card. And then we have our hideouts here on this side. So they're all going to look the same, but they're just like a spot for you to put your gangster cards, just so they have like their own little pile. Not necessary, but neat. So a lot more secrets than I thought there was. This is cool. Reveal this on your turn. Gain a creature in your lineup. Reveal this on your turn. Gain a spell in the lineup. Reveal this on your turn to gain a wizard. And reveal this. If another player has the same token, you each destroy this token. Which is also fun with those, because then if you play them with less, you might not have both of them even in the game. Minus 3 VP, end of the turn, destroy this if you have 4+ spells. If you have fewer dead wizard tokens than all opponents, gain a dead wizard token. And end of the game, destroy this if you have 2+ locations. And then we have 2 more hideouts. Last couple of tokens. Ongoing, after you shuffle your deck, gain a limp wand. Discard your deck. Gain 3 starters in the destroy pile, and destroy a gangster in your hideout. Reveal this defense, avoiding attack. Ongoing, minus 3 VP. You gain double the benefit from the standee. And ongoing, minus 3. You visuals have +2 power. And the last thing is we have the legendary chest. It says when you gain a legendary treasure card, put it on the bottom of your deck. When you gain a legendary treasure card without buying it, gain it from the bottom of the legend stack. So you play the cards face up, so instead of having like 3 of them showing out and you get to pick which one, you can only buy the top one. But when you get it in this set, they're always going to go to the bottom. So now they do have 8 down here, so all the ones except for 1 card in here, the starting card, all cost 8. Now, you could play this again, mixing other cards, and just say, hey, they're all going to cost 8 no matter what. But that could make some of them really broken, if you did that. Alright, so we're going to jump into the dice here. So we have some nice shiny dice. So, of course, the one-sided die is a middle finger. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 is a spray can. Trying to get that gold to really shine, but yeah. So those are your 2 6-sided dice you're going to get in the set, because a lot of cards will make you roll those. Alright, then let's look at our new cards. So we're going to start off with 5 copies of Blasting Glyph, so enough to add 1 for each player's hand. So you just replace one of your regular glyphs. This has +1 power, attack, deal damage to target foe equal to the cost of a card you played this turn. Just a little bit more powerful spell, so if you want to just ramp up the destruction right off the bat. Then we have 6 new Mayhem cards. Now, these Mayhem cards just have a number, 1 through 6. All the other ones had letters and numbers. So like Annihilageddon 2 had like 2A, 2B. And then the legendary stack, the Mega Mayhems, had Mega, like M1, M2. So these just have regular numbers, but they have different artwork as well, showing a bunch of the different gangsters on there, which is really cool. Alright, so you have the players with the most dead wizard tokens summon a gangster. Each player may set their HP to 10. Each player who may summon a gangster. The player with the least HP summons a gangster. Each player may choose to take a d20 or not d20, 2d6 damage. That doesn't help. I was trying to. I'll have to bring this one closer. It's smaller text. Taking double damage on a roll of doubles. Each player who rolls and survives gains a legend. Each player may put a card with a cost of 1 or more in their hand into a foe's hand. Each who does gains a legend. And the final one is each player simultaneously discards a card in their hand and then loses HP equal to its cost. If one player discards a card with the highest cost, no ties, they gain a legend. So kind of fun, but most of them have to do with the gangster, so they only do, they're only really good for that. Now the Gangbanger cards are going to have a different back. So they're going to actually have, your regular ones have the regular Cryptozoic deck building back, the Cerebrus engine. These will have Gangbangers, just so they don't get shuffled into your deck. 1 second here. Alright, so we're going to look at the gangs here, and we're going to go through. So we have the Merkin Kingdom. Once each your turn, summon a gangster. So these guys are fairly easy to play. We have the Mer Queen. So up in the top, they'll have Gangster. They'll also have what one they belong to, just in case you can't tell. Otherwise, they all have the same style artwork and everything. When you defeat a foe while you control the standee, you may give them the standee to gain a legend. We have 4 copies of just regular Merkins. Attack, deal 1 damage to target foe for each gangster named Merkin you control. And then we have Mercules. When you gain an attack card, you may put it on top of your deck. So very simple, just almost straight up attackers. We have the skate rats. Once each of your turns, if you played a defense card or a creature this turn, summon a gangster. So a little bit harder to get them out. But we have Shredder the skate leader. This can only attack if you play a defense card this turn. Attack, discard the top 3 cards of the foe deck. Damage them equal to their combined cost. Oops, sorry. Yeah, that's pretty powerful, but it has a condition on it. We have 3 copies of Skater Punk. Attack, discard the top card of the foe's deck. Damage them equal to its cost. We're going to have Balzar the Quenchinator. Your gangsters deal double damage. Just an ongoing effect. And then we have Bubbo. Attack, deal 2 damage to target foe and heal that much HP. Then these guys also get 3 copies of Bubbo's Fleas, which is a familiar, so if you're playing the Skater Rats, you get extra familiars to use. So they draw a card, +1 power for each creature you control, and defense. Discard this to avoid an attack and draw a card. So this gets you your extra defense to be able to play them easier. So basically, you kind of want to buy these Fleas first, then they get your defense so you can get your gangsters out quicker. We have the Cthulhu Kids. When a Mayhem card is played, summon a Cuddle Cultist. Once each of your turns, if you played a wizard this turn, summon a Cuddle Cultist. And we have 5 copies of those Cuddle Cultists. Evil Care Bear. Once each of your turns, you may destroy the top 2 cards of the main deck. If a Mayhem was destroyed, sacrifice this and summon a random non-Cuddle Cultist gangster from your hideout. So drawing Mayhems, or on your turn, you can summon these guys, and you can destroy cards from the main deck to try and summon your other guys. So it's definitely a little bit harder to do, but definitely interesting. So you have Abby Azathoth, who has an attack, roll a d6 against the target foe. 2 to 8, deal 1 damage to them and heal that much HP. 6 or 9 to 12, defeat them. If you roll doubles, this gangster immediately attacks again. Yeah, so it's kind of crazy. I mean, definitely it's hard to get these guys out, but that's a powerful effect for it. Sammy Shub-Niggurath. Attack deals a d6, get 2d6 damage to target foe. If you roll doubles, you may destroy 3 cards in the lineup and heal HP equal to their combined cost. Nikki Naralathotep. Attack, deal 2d6 damage to target foe. If you roll doubles, draw 2 cards and they discard 2 cards. Ooh, we ran out of room. Alright, Kathy Cthulhu. When a foe discards a card on your turn, you may destroy a card in your discard pile. Attack, roll a 2d6 against target foe. 2 to 6, deal 5 damage to them. 7 to 12, they discard a random card. If you roll doubles, this gangster immediately attacks again. And then the last one, we have Harry Haster. With the yellow, sign in yellow. Attack, deal 2d6 damage to target foe. If you roll doubles, you may summon any gangster in your hideout. So that's fun, you can get a chance for free summons. Our next group is the Freaky Fruit. Whenever you summon a gangster, it must be the lowest value gangster in your hideout. Each time you play a wild magic, summon a gangster. So these guys have little meters on the bottom. That's their, it says it has to be their lowest value. So that's their value in the bottom corner. So the Lewd Appealer is a 2. This gangster's attack targets each foe. Attack, reveal the top card of your deck and deal damage equal to its cost. The Peeping Tomato has a 4. You may peek at the top card of your deck at any time. On your turns, all foes play at the top card of their deck revealed. It says Berries Gone Wild with a cost of 1. When you gain wild magic, you may put it on top of your deck. Busted Cherries with a cost of 3. Attack, reveal the top card of your deck. You may pass it to the hand of the attacked foe or damage them equal to its cost. She has a police hat on. We have Cheeky Peach, which has a cost of 5. And attack, at the end of the attacked foe draws a card, then you look at their hand, play any card, and put it back on top of their deck. Then our next team are the Boner Boys. Once on each of your turns, if you control +2 treasures and or spells, summon a gangster. Once on each of your turns, if you control +4 treasures and or spells, summon a gangster. And start the game with the Grave Robber in play. So where is it? The Grave Robber. So it's kind of fun. So you potentially get 2 summons every turn. So the Grave Robber, sacrifice this gangster, gain a Dead Wizard token, then look at the top 7 cards of the main deck, gain one of those cards, and put them put the rest on the bottom. So that's cool, so you can gain some extra cards. We have the Bone Queen. You must sacrifice another gangster to attack with the Bone Queen. Attack, deal 5 damage to target foe, and they gain a limp wand. And so it's getting a little bit more complicated. So you have 3 copies of Boner Boy. Attack, deal damage to target foe equal to your Dead Wizard tokens. Voodoo Dolly. Attack, deal damage to target foe equal to the amount of HP you healed this turn. And then finally, Beelzebub Beater. Attack, deal 8 damage to target foe. Alright, then our last main group is Rocking Satan. Each time you gain a card that costs 5 or more, summon a random gangster. When any of your gangsters attack a foe, that foe may gain an Infernal Contract to the top of their deck to avoid the attack. So they're going to have a special thing there. So we have Crossroads Johnson. Attack. Target foe discards 2 cards. They can't discard Infernal Contracts. The Grody Roadie. When you summon a gangster, summon an extra gangster. Stevie Singer. Attack. Target foe gains a limp wand. Gothicus Glumgrim. Attack. Target foe's HP becomes equal to the combined cost of cards in their hand. Styx Blazer. Attack. Target foe loses half their HP rounded up. Deep Cuts. Attack. Target foe discards a random card and takes damage equal to its cost. The Dark Reverend. Attack, deal damage to target foe equal to the combined cost of cards in their hand. And then Das Evil. Attack, reveal the top card of the main deck. If it's a Mayhem, destroy it and the attacked foe dies. So that is the Satan's. And then we have just a pile of these Infernal Contracts. I'm not sure how many are, probably like 24. But what they do is they say, during your turn, you must play this before you take another action. So they can discard these to avoid all them attacks. But then they have, or gain one of these to avoid attacks. So they roll 2d6. If you have 2 to 5, the Satan player defeats you and destroy this. 6 to 8, draw a card. The Satan player gets to draw a card. 9 to 11, draw 2 cards. And 12, gain a legend, heal 666 HP. But it also costs minus 1 VP. So if you avoid a ton of these, you'll gain a lot of minus VP for potentially. The only way to destroy it is if that player defeats you, so you're going to get a dead wizard token. So it's not as always beneficial anyhow. So that's how those guys all work. Alright, so that'll be part 1 of this video. We'll check back in for part 2, where we will go over the legend cards, all the treasures and stuff, and the promo cards. Alright, see you guys in part 2. Bye.